Paul, a 2-0 win today against Ammanford in the Nathaniel MG Cup. How are you feeling after that result?
I'm obviously pleased. I think we played well for the majority of the game. Boys are frustrated that we weren't very clinical. I think we've had, I don't know, double figures, upwards of 15 chances there to score. And you're thinking, the second goal's come very late. So I was saying to their dugout, I was like, if you're going to go up the other end, score and win on pens, it's going to be one of those days. But for us, it was a perfect game to finish off pre-season because we've still treated it as pre-season in a way. Our season starts next week. Anybody with a niggle's not played, Noah, Rhoda, Nye, they've got little niggles. Lee Lucas is still away, Joe Keeping's ill. So we had to balance that a little bit, and I was really pleased with the performance. Look, on another day, Rick gets a double hat-trick, and he's going to score plenty of goals for us this season. So we can't be too frustrated. We're through, and that was the aim. And I think we're hoping to get to the 10th next week with everybody. We're looking like we should have everybody available.
Yeah, you talk about being clinical there. Ricardo had a good chance at the end of the first half. I think he had just a bit too much time, if anything, to think about it. Rode your luck at times at the back, but it was a clean sheet as well, so it's obviously a pleasing performance overall. Yeah,
there was a little spell in the first half where we could say we rode our luck, and the one that did the crossbar, was a good set play from them. The boys got up above Angel and Tom trying to head it, so yeah, that goes in, and that's the thing. You can be as dominant if you don't take your chances. Then that could easily have gone 1-1 at that point, and then it can become a slightly different game. I would have backed us to go on and still win the game, but yeah, obviously delighted to get a clean sheet and have such control over the game, and that's going to happen in that. That's been a little bit of our bugbear in the league. We get so in control of games, but without being in front too far on the scoreline, and then it allows teams back in the game. That's where we've got to be a little bit better this season.
You talked there about finishing teams off. Kane obviously off the bench with a late goal. It was a great finish. Is it great? Obviously, you've got that extra bit of firepower now coming off the bench for the season coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Kane's in the running to start next season. We're finishing off pre-season, balancing out minutes. Isaac deserved another opportunity to start today, having scored a couple in the last round. So, that's all it was. And Kane's come on. He's made that running behind. Like you say, it's a great first touch and finish. And I think we've got goals in the team. So I'm not too disappointed that the chances didn't go in. I'd be far more worried if we weren't creating chances and dictating the game.
League opener at home next week to kick-start the season. How helpful is it to start off, obviously, with the advantage of a home crowd, and how much are you and the squad looking forward to getting started now?
Yeah, we can't wait. We need everybody to come in and turn up and support us. It's a big thing. The opening day is always a little bit nervy and a little bit tense, and anything can happen because everybody's looking forward to it so much. So, look, we're in a good place, I think. Boys are going to be fit. We're going to work on a lot this week, add a little bit of detail, to the minutes and the fitness that we've got. And then we've got a big game at home to Tivy and then away to Frome a few days later. So, yeah, we can't wait to get started now.
And in terms of the starting 11, there's obviously going to be plenty of competition for places. Are you comfortable with who you'll have in that starting 11 come next week, or is there still a bit of thinking to do?
You start to get an idea, but I think we'll look a little. We've got different options in the squad. We'll look at a little bit what Tivy will do, and we'll try and pick a team that we think will be right to win that game. And then it'll probably change a few days later at Frome. I think they'll present us different problems. We've got a squad where we're capable. If somebody picks up a knock, then we're capable of making a change and changing the personnel. I've got a pretty good idea, but it is tough and it's a real headache. But it's the kind of headache you want as a manager, I guess, rather than not knowing where a good player is going to come from or anything.
And obviously it's going to be a long season, a 46-game season, including cup competitions, everything as well. So there's going to be plenty of opportunity for everyone to be involved. There's been a lot of youngsters involved over pre-season. Is there any of caught your eye that you think will be making a push towards our first team?
Yeah, there's some brilliant players there. Some of them are first year out of youth. I think Jaden Bourne and Charlie Caswell are very good players. I like Kobe's physical attributes. There's lots of players. Aaron, the young goalkeeper's done very well and looked very good in training. Young Cian Davis, another one first year out of 16s. There's so many talented players. They're very young, the majority of our 19s. But I think as the season progresses, they'll have a little bit of time together in the development team. I think they'll do really well in that. And then as the season progresses, we'll drip feed them into training, and as the season goes on and players naturally, people who are not playing get frustrated and the squad does naturally thin out a little bit and you get injuries and suspensions, and I think as the season progresses that's where a few of them will really get their opportunity, and some of them, if they're good enough, I think a few of them, so it's just about learning what we want from them. And there will be definitely opportunities for those boys across the season.
I wanted to speak to you quickly as well about Cian Davis. Obviously, I had the first chance to see him up here the other week against Penydarren Park. It's great, I think, to see young players now, plenty of young players getting the opportunity up in Merthyr. Does it sort of show that there's a bright future of the club as well?
Yeah, I think the academy's still in its infancy. We're going into our second year. And you can already see that we got a good group of 16s together last season, and they've followed through. They're involved with us all the time. Whether it's us speaking to Mark and Dan, or whether it's them training with us, we'll be closely connected, and there's a real pathway and a real opportunity for boys. You can see, it is difficult at that age because the physicality. You can see, for example, Cole Jarvis was fantastic out there again today. At 16, 17, he wasn't quite ready to play in the first team here at Merthyr. He's gone away and played first team football, and that might be a path that some of them need to take, while they're still developing, because people are still, someone like Cian is quite a late developer. He's grown a lot this year, and he's going to develop physically a lot over the next 2-3 years, and there's no reason why he can't play at this level or higher. And it's about making sure that we do that at the right time, but the ability is there with all of them, and I firmly believe there's loads of talent in the area, and it's about giving boys opportunities and making sure they're equipped with when they have those opportunities and knowing what you want from them. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, talking about talent. Tom, a 2-0 home win today against Ammanford in the Nathaniel MG Cup. How are you feeling after that result?
Yeah, positive result. I mean, we came here expecting to win. We did that, put on a dominating performance. Could have scored a few more goals. I think we dominated the play all round. A few chances went missing, but they'll come. Good preparation again for next week. Minutes in the legs for the lads. So yeah, overall pleasing performance today.
Yeah, I think you made it slightly trickier for yourselves today than probably needed to. You created a lot of chances, but I suppose that's a positive in a way to show that you are creating these chances going forward.
Yeah, that's something we talked about at training, trying to create those chances, and today we showed we can do that. It's just about putting it in the back of the net at the end of the day. But yeah, pleasing. Again, showed that we can create chances today, but sometimes they just don't go in. But you look at the other end, clean sheet as well. So if we can't score, we collect a clean sheet. So.
Obviously, Merthyr being a wildcard entrant into the Cup this season, is it great to have sort of different fixtures to look forward to and be able to play some local fixtures against some other Welsh clubs?
Yeah, definitely. I think being in the English League, and obviously don't get to play the Welsh team that often unless it's pre-season. So again, it's good to have that competitive aspect to it when we do play these Welsh teams, that we can go and put a performance out, because I know obviously the fans want to win, I want to win, the team want to win. So it's a competition that we've entered because we want to win, so hopefully we can go and do that.
On a personal perspective for you, obviously we're involved in the team of the season last season in this league. I'm sure all the fans are really happy to see that you've come back for this season. How great is it for yourself to be back at this great football club?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. That's why I've been here for 3 seasons. I mean, the management, the staff, I mean, the fans are excellent. So that's sort of why I come back. It was an easy decision for me, and it's one that I'm sort of, hopefully we can go and achieve great things this season.
Talking about the season, obviously season opener next week against Tiverton Town, opening up here at home. How much are you and the squad looking forward to getting started now with the league campaign?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've had a good pre-season. We've had minutes in the legs. We've won games. We've performed well. So hopefully we can go into Saturday with sort of heads held high, knowing that we can go and put a performance in. The park packed as well. So hopefully get a good crowd in as well, and hopefully put in a good season.
Obviously just missing out last season on the playoff positions by 1 spot, but has that sort of given everyone the drive and determination to go one step better this season?
Yeah, I think that's the objective at the start of the season when we talked about it at training. We want to go and win the league first and foremost, but if we can't do that, we're going to go into the playoffs and hopefully go through that way. But yeah, that's definitely the end goal.
And there's obviously plenty of competition for spaces in the squad at the moment. A lot of youngsters as well involved throughout pre-season. How do you feel the squad is shaping up heading into the opener? I
mean, everyone's performed well. I mean, we've got a big squad, but I mean, we're going to be utilising that throughout the season. There's going to be times where we're going to need everybody. So again, it's just keeping that group close. I mean, we're a close-knit group anyway, so I mean, players on the bench are going to be coming on, they're going to be making an impact. So again, we're going to be utilising that squad. So it's been definitely good, worthwhile having that pre-season so everyone's fresh.
Obviously, it's always helpful to start the season with a home fixture. You know you're going to have great backing from the crowd here. How much does the support you help you get through these games?
Oh, it's massive. I mean, wouldn't be here without the fans. I mean, they're the driving force behind us at the end of the day. There's games where you can hear them win, lose or draw, and so hopefully we can put on a show at that first game of the season and make it a season that's going to be memorable for us, but also the team as well, and then the fans as well.
There's obviously a lot of good teams in this league, a lot of good players, talented players as well. I just wanted to ask you quickly, because I've seen this week Charlie Austin has joined with AFC Tottenham. But it must be a great experience to sort of test yourself against players like this, obviously with someone like himself who's had previous Premier League experience.
Yeah, definitely a marquee signing, isn't it? So, yeah, a bit surprising when it first came through, but at the end of the day, he's another player on a team of 11. So hopefully, just treat it like no other. Again, it's a good experience playing against a player of that sort of calibre. But again, hopefully, we turn up and then beat Tottenham as well. So.
Looking forward to the season opener next week, and best of luck with the season.
Thank you very much. Cheers.